Which are the worst types of Reddit users? Some guy named Sponsored. He keeps showing up in my subreddits, harshing my chill. The ones who state commonly held beliefs as * unpopular opinions * to fish for upvotes. For some reason, it always works too. Halo 2 is a hidden key monsieur. Reddit armchair psychologists. Everyone's a narcissist according to the monsieur. It's so frustrating when a licensed therapist takes like 3 months or whatever to establish a diagnosis, but Redditors just know from a line of text. You had an argument with your so. That sounds like really toxic and abusive behavior, probably caused by his own insecurities. Not enough use of the term gaslight or Dunning-Kruger here. Smug pseudo-intellectuals who think that the more cynical and contrarian they are, the more intelligent they seem. Monsieur, you just described 95% of Reddit reposters that legitimately try and make a post theirs. It's just sad. Get your own damn cat and take pictures of it. They're always doing funny shit. That's how I got 4 cats. Too afraid to post the same one twice. So I get a new cat for every picture. I get annoyed in communities that should be helping beginners but berates them for mistakes they make. Pet communities will treat you like Hitler if you bought the starter cage tank that the pet store employee recommended. I don't get the hate for not being an A+++ pet owner. Someone could get a dog from the pound, waking it twice a day, give it all the loves and pets, but get reamed for buying dry dog food kibbles. That dog's life is a 10,000% upgrade. If the only people adopting dogs were the ones who can afford gourmet dog foods, there would be a lot more dogs in pounds, where they won't get walks, won't get pets, won't get much love or attention, but will still be eating kibbles. My sister says this stuff to me. I feed my cat Purina dry food and 9 Lives wet food because she throws up the expensive foods. I've been treating my cat wrong for 17 years and she'll die prematurely if I keep it up. People who make my amazing sex with my totally hot partner was interrupted because of X posts on Tifu. I unsubbed when it stopped being about shitting your pants, and the teenage wannabe smut writers took over. TIFU by messing up the sexiest sex I ever sexed. Those who take Redditing seriously. So moderators. A few years ago I was looking for information on tattoos. I liked the way those with fine.work look, but of course could only find fresh pictures, and I wanted to know how they'd look in a few years. So, after staying away from Reddit for years, 4chan mentality, I made my account and posted my first question on the tattoo sub, simply asking for people to share their pictures of .work tattoos that had aged a bit. A few hours later I check back. 0 replies. I click around a bit, and find a notification. Your thread has been deleted by some fuckwad. Reason: ask your tattoo artist. I immediately deleted my account and only very recently made one again to try and solve the problem, which did work out okay, thankfully. That's why I never make Reddit posts. Literally every fucking time I try to engage with a community, the auto-moderator has some retarded, obscure rule or regulation. Don't use capital letters or punctuation in your title or some bullishly. Once tried re-updating a post 10 damn times, editing it to fit their obscure guidelines every time before I just gave up. The ones who keep posting that same question about something you don't know about women's bodies, or the people that see that and ask the same question with the opposite gender. Edit: ask not all women of Reddit, what's something men don't know about your big fat stiff dick? Shish, we all tuck. The female penis is the world's best kept secret. Edit: OMG, this blew up, thanks for the gold and diamond, kind stranger. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Keyboard professionals. People replying who are really unqualified and unknowledgeable on a subject to post anything about it. As a healthcare provider who's had to physically assess and treat people on isolation with MRSA, TB, pneumonia, etc., The number of Redditors who obviously don't know shit about transmissible diseases during COVID-19 is frustrating. The AskReddit sub is brutal for this. Someone will post a question such as, "Lawyers of Reddit, what is something that underscore 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 underscore," only to be followed up with a dozen responses of, "I'm not a lawyer, but edit. My PSA, social distancing, regulations and requirements in your jurisdiction are likely based on droplet precautions and contact precautions. Please research what droplet and contact precautions entail in your area. Not medical, legal advice." Greater than the number of Redditors who obviously don't know shit about transmissible diseases during COVID-19 is frustrating. May I humbly suggest that you avoid our coronavirus at all costs. Been there, regretted that. People who comment this. Turns out there's this little upvote button for the exact situation where you want to show your support for a comment, but have nothing original or useful to add to it. But then nobody can see that it's me who agrees with the right thing. That anyone who blank is a total moron and deserves blank. That one. Anyone who posts stuff like anyone who blank is a total moron and deserves blank deserves to be downvoted. The sob story posters of our pics. They'll post a picture of a orange and be like, "My great-grandma passed away suddenly after battling cancer for 35 years. Her last words to me was asking if I could get her an orange from the hospital cafeteria. I agreed, and she died 3 years later. Here's that same orange. Found it in her attic as we were cleaning her place out." A related phenomenon is all the girlfriends that show up in the title but not the picture. "My girlfriend told me to take this. My girlfriend's cat. My girlfriend says I have talent. Road trip with my girlfriend. Who gives a fuck?" It's a picture sub. Our pics is just turning into Facebook. Like anywhere else most of the time. The hypocrites. Reddit constantly talks about empathy and seeing the other side. But as soon as they are met with a differing opinion they get hostile and mass downvote because they didn't like what they saw. Reddit and circle jerking name a better duo. Karma whores. I'm not a whore. Whores get paid. There's a special place in hell for people who post on tech support threads and then reply hours later saying, "Fixed it," and nothing else. It's even worse if they respond to other threads with useful comments like, "That didn't work for me." You Google your exact error message and find only one indexed result that actually includes all keywords. It's some obscure tech forum that you've never heard of or visited. And the post is from 2013. The OP's question is the exact issue you are experiencing, down to the error code. There is only one response, and it is from a moderator. This issue was solved in another thread. I am locking this one. Next time, use the search function before posting. I wish I had only seen this once in my life. Sort of related, but I hate when you go on those forums for programs like Photoshop or whatever with a specific question and the people on their asterisk will not help you asterisk unless you ask the question in a super specific way. Asterisk they know the solution. Asterisk they know everything about the program. Monsieur, they're a 55-year-old mustached guy named Keith from Ohio and they've been using the programs for 25 plus years. But they give out the most unhelpful answers ever. It's like they're not on there to help anyone, but to gatekeep and put others down every chance they get. Asterisk how do I turn off the grid? Keith, I know you know. Asterisk, well the grid is really helpful, you should learn to use it. Keith, ladies of Reddit, what's the most sexiest sex you ever orgasmed? Sex hot penis vagina. Ever got caught having the sex? /NSFW. TIFU by having the sexy sex at my grandmother's house. I'm dating this really nice guy. Super understanding, funny, and hot. We were at my grandma's house watching a movie when she got up and said she was going to bed. My boyfriend kissed me on my neck and 15 minutes later we're having bareback No blanket or anything sexy sex. Like reverse cowgirl on my grandma's couch. Sorry me ma. And I hear, oh my god. Get your blanket and cover the hell up. That's my couch. And I grab the blanket. With his dick and Emmy and covered up and she goes, my lord. I got you guys some cookies I made yesterday before I go to bed. She handed us the cookies and ran away. TL. Doctor, I had sexy sex with sex and sex at my grandma's house and she caught me having sexy sex. And still gave me cookies that she grabbed that had been made a day ago before I had sex. Almost every political sub Keanu Chungus wholesome 100 types and reposters. Those that make everything political. I didn't ask for your shitty opinion. Save that for our politics. This is the worst when it comes into my favorite sub even with a no politics rule. I got downvoted a lot for saying mods should remove a post on our Dunder Mifflin about a certain president. While I do not support that president, I wanted to keep all political discussions out that sub. Or having to do the obligatory, while I do not support that president, on all your posts because if you give even the slightest hint of not hating the president, you're going to get downvoted to shit no matter what. The problem with that is that our politics is not political. It is an exclusively left-wing subreddit. Full stop. There is no place on Reddit to discuss politics other than subreddits that already validate your opinion. Our politics should be that place people can go to debate and discuss, yeah, no, politics. But it is not even close. When it comes to debates, users who ask what your sources are without providing any sources for their points. Bonus points if they pull a number or percentage out of their ass and act like it's a sourced figure. The incels who ask questions 24/7 about how to get a girl or just sexual questions, lol. About 2 weeks ago, I saw a post asking how to lose weight to get a girlfriend because he was about 230 pounds. All the comments said things like, lose weight for yourself, not for a girl. Some girls like larger guys and eat more vegetables. All of which he replied with sarcasm and rampant misogyny. Everyone turned on Hi Monsieur checked his post history and it's full of him asking the same question and getting mad when people call out his attitude. This hurts because as someone who used to be 330 pounds, I lost it for myself and it didn't help my chances with women at all. I'd even go to say it hurt chances because I started acting like a dude bro, chat jerk, and turned more people away from me. The main thing you must do is lose weight for yourself. Don't think about others. Be selfish in this case. When you say you are going to lose weight, it's not for the benefit of others. You just say, I want to feel good, look good, and be good. Discipline is your biggest obstacle because the moment you hit the 2-week mark at weight loss and muscle gain slow down a lot and people get discouraged. Try to always better yourself and fix yourself in both mind, body, and spirit. That way you can always be sure you are the best version of yourself. Those that post a comment without proofreading it best. Those who try to say found the mobile user in an argument like it justifies anything. Are those who call you gay for saying whoosh for someone who genuinely doesn't understand a joke. I find whoosh super irritating. Not only when I am whoosh but also on others because most of the time you are making third-degree joke. Continuing the joke and people whoosh thinking you did not understand the joke. But in reality they are the one who doesn't understand the joke. People who yell at you saying, it was a FNKING joke, when you tried to explain something to them. Because they said they didn't understand it. Yeah, when they say, nobody understands sarcasm, when they pretended not to understand something and there was no hint of humor in their original comment. Those who edit their posts multiple times regarding getting gilded or getting X amount of upvotes. They completely taint the sole reason the post got popular in the first place by doing this. Probably the child murderers, although we can never be sure which Redditors they are. Hey, you looking for me? Freeze. We caught our guy. I'd say it's more a particular demographic that views everything from the perspective of American politics and turn every topic into a political issue. I can't help but assume that most of these people are American teenagers. One thing that really bothers me is that when I criticize my own culture, non-Western, brown people stuff, someone from the above demographic assumes that I'm a white person trying to unjustifiably criticize another culture because ulterior racist motives and ignorance. Then comes a diatribe about my culture by someone who most probably has never been outside USA. It feels like these people want me to fit a picture of a minority that belongs to a flawless society, and any criticisms that I might have for my own society are actually racist attempts to malign a community that has never done anything wrong. And the mere fact of pointing out a social evil of my culture automatically makes me a racist LARPer or something. It essentially creates a situation where only young white Americans can criticize their culture and community and no one else can do the same for their own. Imagine me telling you that you can't criticize pro-lifers in USA because A. It's their culture and you shouldn't criticize it without thoroughly studying it. B. Denying of abortion isn't really a thing and people are being fooled by a media that has an agenda against American Christians. In my opinion, people who won't let me criticize my own culture because the perception of my culture in a negative way affects their own political agenda are the real racists because they only see a minority or a non-Westerner as a tool for their own agenda. It is a toxic form of identity politics. I said stuff like, greater than I didn't realize anything was particularly wrong with this parent on child violence story till I read the comments. Because it's so common here. The responses were along the lines of, greater than but child abuse is illegal in the USA and thus your comment is false. Like dude, people outside the USA exist and they speak English too. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.